Hi folks, we're going to do some pork spare ribs today. These are not baby back, these aren't St. Louis cut ribs. They are spare ribs, much meatier, lots of fat. The rub we're going to use today is from, it's LC Barbecue Certified Rub. And I've used it on pork before and it has a really good flavor. But with this rub, I added a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. I wanted to make it a little sweeter today. And I want to do the ribs a little different today. I've been doing salt and pepper for a long time. I wanted to do some kind of sticky ribs with sauce. So here I have my LC rub with the brown sugar. And let's go ahead and get started. Always I spread with this the holes up to make it more consistent. So let's get started. Alright, let's flip them over and do the back. I pulled the membrane off these already. The membrane was ripped off. Let's season up the back of these ribs. Man, look how meaty these ribs are. And since I'm doing these for my family, not any kind of competition, I left the breastbone intact and didn't cut it off. The more meat, the better, since it's for the family. Let's make sure we got a good coat everywhere. Whoops, let's turn that over. Okay, let's turn it back over and let's see what that side looks like again. Oh, that looks nice. Let me hit a couple of spots there that are light. Kind of on the edges. Don't miss those. Alright. We have these ribs ready to go to the fire. Another thing that I'm going to cook today on the side here is a nice piece of meat. It's a 3-inch ribeye. I'm going to put that on the smoker too today. But all I'm going to use is the regular salt and pepper on the ribeye. And I have that mixture here. I have kosher salt and 16 mesh black pepper. And we'll spread it from the top like this. Flip it over and we'll do it again. Alright. They're ready for the fire, so I'll bring you back here in just a minute. Stop. Okay, we're back and the grill's heated up to 225 degrees. I want to run these ribs between 250 and 275. So let's go ahead and open this up and put these ribs on. You'll notice I have a Bluetooth heat probe in here to tell me what the grade is. I also have a pan of water in here to keep moisture in the cooking chamber for these ribs. So let me put these ribs on right now. Bone down. And I'm going to grab this big ribeye and I'm going to put it up here on top. Now I want to use what's called the 3-2-1 method with these ribs. I want to smoke them for 3 hours, take them off, put them in foil, smoke them for another 2 hours, then come back and glaze them for another hour. So I'll bring you right back here in a couple of hours. Hey, and we're back now. It's been a couple of hours since I put the ribs on. I've been watching the fire. I've been having a really clean fire, and that makes a big difference. So just blue smoke, no white smoke. So here, let's open it up. And I believe in the saying, if you're looking, you ain't cooking. Let's see what we got. Whoa, hello boys. The bark hadn't quite set yet on the ribs. So what we're going to do is take some apple cider vinegar, and I'm going to spray these ribs. They look a little dry. I'd like to see that bark set up a little bit. Let me look at this ribeye here. Oh yeah, that's looking good. I'm going to move this ribeye over so I won't drip down on the... I'm going to spray this ribeye with a little bit of this too. Alright, I'm going to close it up for about another hour and a half. I'll open it up and see how the bark is, and then we'll be right back. Just used my meat probe on that ribeye, and it's running about 150, 160. It's ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and take it off the grill. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Looks wonderful. Let's go ahead and take it inside and get a bite of it. Oh, okay. We're going to get the first bite of the ribeye. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's got a smoke ring. It's still a little pink. Just the way I like it. Let's see how this tastes. That is really good. Okay, we're back out here with the pork ribs, the spare ribs. The fire's been real clean, going 250, 275. They've been on a little over 3.5 hours. So now we're going to pull them off and take them in the house and wrap them. Let's see what they look like. Oh, hello. Got some pullback on a bone here. Let's lift them up. Take a look. Oh yeah, they look nice. Very nice. So we'll take them inside and we'll wrap them up and bring them right back. We'll be right back. Hey friends, we're fixing to wrap these ribs up. I want to show you what I'm doing to wrap them. I'm using a barbecue sauce that I'm really partial to. It's called Head Country, and it's the original sauce. What we're going to do is take some of this sauce and we're going to squirt it here in the middle, a good liberal amount. And then on top of that, I've got some dark Round Rock Texas honey. We're going to spread that on top of the barbecue sauce. Just like that. And then to top it off and finish it, I've got a 1/4 cup of light brown sugar I'm adding to this. Just like that. Alright. Then we'll take our ribs and pick them up and lay them meat side down. 1 second. Then we will wrap them very carefully. There is some bones sticking out. You don't want to puncture your aluminum foil with those bones, so be very careful. We want to seal it tight so these ribs can steam to tenderness. That way it's easy to open them now and see how they look on the inside. Okay, now that that's done, you put them back on the tray, take them back out to the cooker, and cook them for another 1.5 to 2 hours at 275 degrees. I'll see you back. Now, right now the pit's reading about 250 degrees. We'll put these back on. Maintain a temperature for about 1.5 to 2 hours, and then check on them again. I'll be right back. My friends, I'm going to show you a little sauce mixture I'm going to glaze these ribs with once they come out of the foil. So what I'm using is the Head Country Original Barbecue Sauce. And what I'm mixing with that is some Carolina Q Eastern Vinegar Sauce. It's really tart and tangy, and they make a really good product. I'll stir that up, and I'll brush this on once the ribs come out of the foil. We'll be back in a minute. Okay friends, the ribs are ready to come out of the foil. It's been about 1.5 hours. I'm going to put them back on the pit, and I'm going to glaze them with a sauce and leave them sit for maybe 30 minutes. Notice the pullback on these bones right here. The meat's really tightened up. First off, I'm going to spray them with some butter. And now I'm going to put the sauce on. Okay, now we're going to let it sit for about 30 minutes to 40 minutes to let that sauce caramelize and harden up. Then the ribs will be ready to eat. I'll be back in a little bit. Alright friends, the ribs are off the grill, and we're going to cut them up for the first time. Oh yeah. Look at that. Look at that. You see the smoke ring? And how juicy this rib is. It looks wonderful. Look at the smoke ring. Well, let's take a bite and see what it tastes like. Oh my gosh. It's really, really good flavor with this bark. It tastes really, really good. So give this a try. I think you'll like it. Till next time, we'll see you later.